Earlier in this chapter, we have read about the photoperiodism, the long day plants, short day plants, and the day neutral plants. Today, we'll be studying what is more important for a plant. Is it the night length or the day length? So, let me tell you here the plants don't actually measure the day length. What do they measure? They measure the duration of the dark period or the night, you can say. There were two scientists, Carl Hamner and James Bonner, who studied the effect of photoperiod in cocklebur. This is the common name of this plant, Xanthium. Cocklebur, you must have seen it in your vicinity. Xanthium is a short day plant. So what did they observe? You see, these are the conditions for a long day plant to flower, and under these a short day plant like Xanthium will not flower. Here, because the day is long and the night or the darkness is for a shorter duration than the critical photo period, so the plant will not flower under this condition. And this is the middle one is the ideal condition for a short day plant to flower, because here the night period is more than the critical photo period and the day is short here, so the plant will flower under these conditions. And now what did the scientists is, they broke this dark period of the plant into two parts with the interruption of the light, or you can say they gave a flash of light. They gave a flash of light during the dark period of the plant during the night. They broke the night period into two parts. And what did they observe? They did not observe any flowering in the plant, because here the dark period of the plant was important for its flowering, and it is broken into two parts by the introduction of this flash of the light. Hence they concluded that the dark period of the plant is important for the flowering to initiate, and if it was broken into two parts, it showed the plant does not show any flowering. So in short day plants, if the night is broken into two parts, the plants will not show any flowering. So this was concluded by these two scientists. Now let me tell you how plants measure this photoperiodic stimulus, which is the organ in a plant which perceives this photoperiodic stimulus. The leaves of a plant perceive this photoperiodic stimulus using a protein that is phytochrome in them. They have a protein in them that is the phytochrome. And later what a leaf does, it transmits this signal to the shoot apex, and shoot apex starts flowering. Shoot apex starts flowering. And the phytochrome, let me tell you, phytochrome acts as a primary receptor, photoreceptor for the photoperiodic stimulus. Now we'll be studying what this phytochrome is. Now, before studying the phytochrome, let me tell you photomorphogenesis. What is photomorphogenesis? You already know that light is important for a plant for the process of photosynthesis. But other than photosynthesis, there are many processes, many developmental processes in a plant which require light. Like the flowering is there, germination is there, those are also mediated by light. So here you can say the light mediated changes in the plant growth and development, independent or other than photosynthesis, are called as photomorphogenesis. For example, flowering, germination. Now here you see, this is a normal healthy plant grown in the sufficient amount of the light. It has the normal green leaves, it's healthy enough. And now this is a plant which is grown away from the light. It's an etiolated plant. You can see etiolation has occurred in this plant. It has long spindle, yellow stems, and it does not show the proper shape and coloration of the leaves also. So this is an etiolated plant. So here you can say light is necessary for growth and development of the plants as well. Now what happens? There are two light sensing systems in the plants, which how plants sense the light. They have two light sensing systems. Number one is red light sensing, that is phytochrome, and number next is blue light sensing pigment system, you can say cryptochrome and phototropin, which we'll be studying later. Today we'll be discussing phytochrome. I already told you that it's present in the leaves, and it perceives the photoperiodic stimulus in a plant. It is a photomorphogenetic chromoprotein. Photomorphogenetic means it's dependent upon the light. Morphogenetic, with the help of light, it brings about the morphogenetic changes in a plant. Chromo means colored, it's a colored protein. Chromo means it's a colored protein, chromoprotein. It's actually a blue pigment. It's actually a blue pigment, and it absorbs the light in the red and far red regions, or wavelengths you can say, and it has a molecular mass of about 125 kilodaltons. Now here is the structure of the phytochrome. It has a linear tetrapyrrole structure. Linear tetrapyrrole means these rings are attached linearly to each other, and tetra means four pyrrole rings. It has 1, 2, 3 and 4, means this is a linear tetrapyrrole structure, and it has also a polypeptide chain attached to it. Polypeptide chain means which has many amino acid residues like proline, histidine, serine, cysteine, histidine, leucine, and at the cysteine residue it's attached to this linear tetrapyrrole. Now this phytochrome, it has two forms. One is PR form and another is PFR form. So what happens when light falls on this PR form, red light falls on this PR form, it flips here at this double bond. This double bond, it flips here and becomes like this. Here you can see NH group is like downwards, and here it is facing this side. So upon the falling of the red light, it gets converted to PFR form. And when light falls, far-red light falls on this, it gets converted to PR form. And you can say these forms are interconvertible to each other. They get converted to each other. And this PR form, it absorbs at a peak of 666 nanometer. In some books you may read 670 nanometer, 680, but the actual wavelength is 666 nanometer. And this PFR form, it absorbs at a wavelength of 730 nanometer. Now let me tell you, I have already told you this phytochrome pigment exists in two photoreversible forms. One is red light absorbing 670 nanometer PR form, and another is for red light absorbing 730 nanometer. P stands for phytochrome, R stands for red. P stands for phytochrome, FR stands for far red. Fine. So here you see this is PR form, and when red light falls on this, it gets converted to PFR form. Also let me tell you that PR form is inactive. It is inactive form, and this PFR form is active form. It's an active. It brings about the cellular responses. And when far red light falls upon this PFR form, it gets converted to PR form. And this conversion of PFR to PR form is called as dark reversion. This reaction is called as dark reversion. Now here I have made a table to make you understand this, the difference between the two. It's a red light absorbing absorbs at 670 nanometer, and it absorbs at a wavelength of 730 nanometer. It's an inactive form, it's an active form, it's bright blue in color, it's olive green in color. It is synthesized in seedlings, and it is synthesized where there is biological processes are there or active processes are there. It's synthesized in those parts. You can say shoot apex. Now let me tell you how phytochrome controls the flowering in short day plants. How phytochrome controls the flowering in the short day plants. You see, these are not the ideal conditions for a short day plant to flower, because here the day length is long than the critical photo period and the night is short. So the plant will not flower under these conditions. And here these are the ideal conditions for a plant to flower, because here the dark period is more than the critical photo period. So plant will flower under these conditions. Now what happens if a flash of red light is given in the night period? The plant will not show any flowering, because the red is an inactive form. Red is an inactive form. This is PR form. So if a flash of this is given in the night period, the plant will not flower because it's an inactive form. Now what happens later when the red light is given in the night period? When the red light is given in the night period, frequently followed by the far red light, the plant shows the flowering, because the far red light is the last given light to the plants, and the plants show flowering in this case, and it's an active form. You already know FR is an active form. Here the plant will show flowering. And now what we do, if a plant is first given a flash of red light, then a flash of far red light, and the last wavelength given is red, the plant will not flower, because the last wavelength which was given was red, which is an inactive form. The plant will not flower. And now in the next experiment, what happens if red is given, then far red, and then red, and then if the last wavelength given is far red, the plant will flower. The plant will flower. So if the last given wavelength is far red, the plant will flower because it is the active form. So this is the phytochrome controlling the flowering in the short day plants. Now what happens in the long day plants? These are the ideal conditions for a long day plant to flower, because the day length is more than the critical photo period. The plant will flower here. And these are the ideal conditions for these are not actually the ideal, because here the day length is less than the critical photo period, so the plant will not flower here. Now what happens if the night period was broken with a flash of red light? The plant showed flowering because it's an inactive inactive form, and the splitting of the night into two doesn't matter for this, so it showed the flowering here. And in this case, if red was followed by far red, the plant did not show any flowering. And in this case, if red wavelength was given, then far red, and if the last was red, the plant showed the flowering. The plant showed the flowering. And what happens in the next case, if first of all red wavelength was given, then far red, then again far red, the plant did not show any flowering. So what happens, it's vice versa to the short day plants. I hope I'm clear here. If there are any queries, please let me know.